Consumers are increasingly doubling as producers, not just shopping, but actively building their ideal product in a number of areas: computers, clothing, various services, even credit cards. It's a growing reality that's given rise to configuration research, which is an alternative to conjoint that kind of mirrors the online shopping process. It's great for highly modular products and services. It provides really simple, intuitive feedback channel for consumers, and it delivers really powerful insights, kind of a look over the shoulder into how people make choices. So, how's it work? Well, the first thing is you have to convert your product into component parts, presented as an online shopping experience. So for example, we did some work in the TV and telecom space. If you think about home services, you've got voice, you've got video, you've got internet. You may, as a shopper, want one of those services or all three of those services. And within, let's say, video, you may want HBO or you may not want HBO. So we need to account for that in the design. The respondent then reviews each feature or component of the product and selects or doesn't select each one, puts it in the cart. As they put things in the cart, they're able to see how much they're spending. They get one final review of what they've put in their cart. They get an opportunity to make changes, and that's really it. As with any good research, design matters. We need to think through and account for every important feature and option. Otherwise, we won't be able to say anything about it with our research. We need to impose meaningful constraints. Typically, that's prices. Because otherwise people won't make any trade-offs. They don't need to be perfect, they just need to be enough for people to say, yes, I want this, or no, I decided I'd rather have something else. And then of course we have to think through a logical shopping flow. You know, there's plenty of flexibility. It doesn't have to be one feature then the next. Sometimes we can show two things on the screen. Whatever makes sense for your product and service. Now, while this means careful thinking behind the scenes, participants really see a pretty simple, intuitive progression of choices. And when they make these choices, they tell us a whole bunch of things about features they like, features they don't like. Trade-ups and trade-downs, which was particularly relevant for some work we did in the health insurance industry, where people started with a base product and they could either build up from there or build down. We find out what kind of bundles they put together. And of course, we find out how willing they are to spend money and buy the actual products that they build. It's a great tool to have in your product development toolkit. It's simple and engaging for respondents to do. For modular products or highly complex, feature-rich concepts, it's often a better way to present those things to consumers. It can be useful early in the product development lifecycle when you're just trying to figure out what people like and what they put together. And it can be used later in the process when you really want to find the optimal products to put in the market. And ultimately, and perhaps most importantly, stakeholders get really powerful, very easily explained insights without having to explain any advanced analytics. Of course, if you want to examine sort of what if scenarios, if you want to have some advanced analytics, that's possible to do as well with TRC's Texo configuration solution. But basically, I encourage you to read the white paper, visit our site at trchome.com. And if you have any questions, just give me a call. I'll be happy to talk to you.